abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, just so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
Hey everybody, we are back for another live stream. Wow, I can't believe day 2 is almost over of the Cardmaker Success Summit. I hope you guys are having so much fun. I know I'm having so much fun with all these sponsors and getting to see what they're showing us. Oh, it's amazing. But this next episode or this next session is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be focusing on what we love here, and that is creating cards for a cause. The Cardmaker Success Membership loves to create cards for Cubs, and we are going to bring on Andrea and Jeremy, of Barely Arts, and they're going to talk to us a little bit more about cards for Cubs. Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Hi. We are so excited to be joining you today, Brandy.
Yay, I'm excited to have you.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
yeah. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on for Cards for Cubs. But if you don't know anything about Cards for Cubs, what we do is that we collect, like you're saying, making cards for a cause. We collect cards for kids that are in foster care. And this year has been kind of crazy.
We've changed it in the best kinds of ways.
Yes, in the best kinds of ways, for sure.
Before we go forward, can I share with everybody the commercial for Cards for Cubs?
Absolutely.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me locate it. I'm sure it is here. Harry, is it still here? Yes, she's saying yes. Can you go ahead and play it? Because I can't find it. Oh,
I'm sure it's there somewhere.
well, let's come back to it. You guys go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, no worries. A little bit of technical difficulties, but anyways, so what we do, so kind of the whole process of it all, is that we collect handmade cards from people just like you, from people from CMSS, from different card makers from around Actually, from around the globe, we do get them. And just in the month of March, we do one big collection. Now, you might be asking why we only do it in 1 month. Well, the reason why is because we get a lot of cards. And there are a lot of kids. The kids that are in foster care are typically around 400,000 kids that are in the system at any given point in time. So what we try to do is that we try to give it at least one point in time where we can make sure that they're loved and cared for by giving them either an encouragement card or by a birthday card. And so what we do is that we partner with foster care agencies, which we have around, it's getting close to 300 now. I don't remember the exact number, but we're getting around to about 300 foster care agencies that we work with. That will then do the final personalizations of those cards directly to those kids that they work with. And over the last, this is our 5th one, which sounds insane. This is our 5th time that we've done Cards for Cubs. And over the last, well, actually for this event specifically, we're currently at about, I'll pull up the number. So if you go to cardsforcubs.org, you can see all this information. It actually does a nice little scrolly thing right here. We're currently at 32,059 pledged cards.
Wow, that's a lot of
Wow, that's
cards.
amazing.
It is a lot of pledged cards, yes. And those are all coming from all different people, especially from people from CMSS. We actually looked at it from last year's stats, and about 10% of all of our cards actually came from people that
Wow.
mentioned CMSS. So fantastic thank you to all of you guys for being able to provide in that way. And we really do believe in making cards for a cause, obviously. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, so we are going to get started on a couple cards today. We're just doing some really basic ones and that comply with the Cards for Cubs card guidelines. So there's 5 guidelines to donate cards to Cards for Cubs. One, they have to be handmade because we really want to show that care and love and uniqueness to each child.
Which is not a problem for all of you guys.
Which I
Like,
think
I'm not
everyone
concerned
has
with them
down.
being not handmade, right? No one that's on this stream is going to go and buy something from Walmart and send them in.
Yes. Next up, we've got birthday or encouragement cards. Those are the 2 themes that we ask for. Only those. That's what the foster agencies ask for.
Yes.
So we want to be able to give them what they need. And those are our top 2 themes. So we're sticking with those.
Mhm. And the reasons for that too, like
Mhm.
Andrea is saying, is that is what they're requested, right? So, you might ask, well, why don't you just do birthday cards, for instance? Well, the problem is that because of the situation, the kids are usually only in care for about a year,
Mhm.
and the chances of them hitting the same, or like they're coming into the same timeline as when their birthday is and different things, it's hard to match that sometimes, right? So that's why we also do encouragement cards. And encouragement cards, basically what we mean is anything that just has some type of small sentiment on it, something that is short and to the point, but
Mhm.
doesn't remind them of the situation, right? So we have gotten some cards. Now, they are very well-meaning cards that have said something along the lines of like hang in there, or something like that. Not quite what we're going for. We want something that's more unique in terms of like you're loved or something like that, or
Mhm.
what was that one that you said the other day?
I think there's
It was
one
a
on our website.
unicorn
The
one.
example is be unique like a unicorn. And
That's
the
it,
card
yes.
would have like a unicorn and rainbow and magic
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly, yes. So that's our second guideline is either birthday or encouragement, right?
And then the third guideline is in bundles of 10. So we are CFC is volunteer based, which means there is not always enough volunteers around. So we want them to be able to do the process really quickly, be able to grab the cards, inspect them, and then sort them. So we ask that they are in bundles of 10, like so, and label this one as the encouragement cards. And then holding this up, I can also tell you the next guideline is that they are paired with an envelope. So each card would have its own matching sized envelope.
Yep. And so it just depends on the situation of the kid, right? I mean, you have these terrible situations where these kids are removed from their home. And when that happens, we don't necessarily know what the best approach is. So we leave that completely up to the caseworker themselves to be able to handle the situation. So whether or not they need the envelope or not, maybe they're mailing it, maybe they're not, right? Maybe they're including it in as their first contact or something like that. We don't necessarily know, but we request that all of them come that way. It makes it easier for sorting. It makes it so that we don't have to try to figure out like, oh man, this one doesn't have it, but this one does. And then it gets very confusing.
And that
on
also
people
leads us
that
to our
end.
next guideline, which is to have the card blank inside or with a
Yes.
short sentiment,
Mhm.
like the one we mentioned before about being unique, like a unicorn on the inside could say that, but mostly just no handwritten stories or paragraphs, just something short. That way the caseworkers can say something very specific to that child's needs or what they are going through at that time.
Exactly, yes.
Something personal, but so we asked for a blank one.
Yes.
So those are the 5 card guidelines, and we'll be making 2 cards today that are similar to that. And we're using SVGs from the Bailey Art website. It is in one little bundle. I think it's Campfire S'mores.
Campfire S'mores.
Yeah, and so then we
Yes.
just based a card off of that one here.
Yes. So they can get that on our website.
Bailey.art.
Not on Bailey.art's website, yes.
Yes, but there was a little bit of tweaking for these. So I think just the candy bar and the s'more here was on the website. And then I add a little bit to it to make it a little special.
Right. There we go. All
So
right.
here's what we have as far as short sentiments. Like this one's going to be happy birthday and many s'more. That's going to be for card 2. And then for card 1, we've got sweeter than chocolate.
Very nice. Excellent.
All right. So we are got the card base here.
Mhm.
Just a nice simple folded one.
Mhm.
And then the chocolate bar.
Got it. So that's what you're going to start with?
Yes.
Okay. And these are very straightforward on that, so we're not going to go into explanations of how to do it, but we're just going to keep rolling right along and talking about Cards for Cubs as you can see us make these cards for Cards for Cubs.
Exactly. So
Yes.
the next thing we want to talk about, other than the card guidelines, was also before I go on, card makers, you can send those cards now. You can
Yes.
already send them up until March 31st is when the card or the CFC mailbox closes.
Mhm.
So just a
Yes.
reminder, go ahead and get ready if you're making cards during the summit and you want to donate them.
Yes.
Feel free to send them right away.
Yes, that deadline is March 31st. Now, if you're a little bit late, well, okay, March 31st meaning when we want them here, right? If you're a little bit late, it's okay. We're not going to throw away your cards or anything like that. We just really want to make sure that we have our proper cutoffs, times, and everything else. If you want to get involved in this, please go to our website, cardsforcubs.org, and fill out and sign up for the event too. That's the important part too. Please sign up because what we do is that we actually pre-request, I guess. We reserve a lot of these cards for those foster care agencies ahead of time. So right now we've reserved around 200 card boxes in total. So what we're trying to be able to do is make sure that the same amount of cards that we get in are the same amount of cards that we can get out, and make sure those match. So it's very important that we understand how many cards are coming. So if you want to get involved in this and really like this concept and everything, go to our website, cardsforcubs.org, and you'll be able to register. Just click on the little button that says Card Makers.
Yes. All right, and I forgot one piece right here.
One extra thing.
Yeah, I need some cuties.
Perfect. And so another question that we end up getting is, when it comes to the agencies themselves, who are those agencies and how are they using the cards, right? So the agencies kind of vary, right? Like I said, they're foster care agencies, and those that are in or know about the foster care system know there's a lot of different people that are involved in foster care, right? Or adoption as well. So you have, of course, you have your CASA members, right? So those are going to be your court-appointed special advocates that are there to represent the child. You have CPS. You have the Child Protection Services of whatever state you're in. You have the foster family themselves. And so our cards go to a wide variety of different people. And there's typically, depending on your state, there's around 4 different groups of agencies that work with these kids. And we're sending it to every single one of those. So one child, if lucky enough, could actually receive 4 cards from all 4 different people that are working with them.
And we have a question that says, do you want yours in plastic sleeves? No, we don't. I think at some point we did mention that you can put them in plastic sleeves, your bundles, just in case you're mailing them in an envelope and it rains. It's very rainy. But I think in a box they're relatively safe.
I think she might mean the cards themselves in plastic sleeves.
Okay.
If you mean the cards themselves in plastic sleeves, that's perfectly fine. As long as those plastic sleeves and everything are then bundles in 10. We just want to make it very easy for anyone to for anyone that's getting it, any of the caseworkers or CASA members or anyone that works with kids that are in foster care. We want to make sure that that's very easy for them once they get it to be able to sort very quickly, like, okay, this is it. And the other question that we're probably going to end up getting is what age range, right? So what we tell everyone is that the average age of anyone that's in foster care is 8. However, what we try to do is say, we don't separate it out by age range. What we try to say is try to make it as appropriate for any age as possible, especially up to teenage years as well. What happens is that they will get, the agencies themselves will get a box of assorted cards, right? So we try to make sure we've got a good amount of different things that are in there. And so oftentimes the ones that are left out are the ones that are older, right? So, you know, you can put a cute little dinosaur on a bunch of cards and that type of thing too, but, you know, maybe make a set or two that's a little bit more aimed at, say, a teenager, right? Because those are also very important too. Even though our average age is 8, there's always going to be, there's a lot of different kids that are in foster care. And if they're a teenager too, they end up usually graduating out of foster care as well.
And then Terry asked, is there a need for Spanish sentiments?
Oh, that's a good question there.
I would say yes.
Yes. Yes, there is definitely a need for it. We would need you to be able to, well, I mean, we should be able to tell, but make sure just to put Spanish on there as well so that we can see it. We're based out of Texas, by the way, so we have a lot of Spanish speakers in the area. And so, yes, there are a lot of different needs for it. Just make sure that when you bundle them, don't mix Spanish and English together. Try to make just one 10-pack of Spanish, one 10-pack of English as well. Just to make it very easy on all of our lovely people. All right, and in that meantime, we actually had 6 people sign up just in that one little bit.
Yay!
Thank you so much, everyone. All right.
Awesome.
It's fun because if you go to the cardsforcubs.org website, there's a little loady thing, and if you keep scrolling down on the thing, it actually reloads and tells you how many people are volunteering.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite things.
As you were talking about agencies a bit ago, just a little information on that. If you go to our website, you can see who we work with, or at least where there's like a map, and it shows all across the agencies that we've worked with before.
Yes. If you go on there and you click on, and I will find it.
And agencies are also, well, I guess you'll go ahead and mention.
Yes. If you actually click on our sponsors, you'll see it. But you'll find it in a couple different places. There's a map that's called Smiles Across the Miles. And you'll see all the different places that we volunteer at. And I will go ahead and pull it up on my phone here. That is currently all the different places that we donate to. Updated probably as of last week, but all different places. You can see we have a ton of different areas. They're a mixture, again, of foster care agencies, of CASA agencies, to child protection services. There's a ton of different people that we support in that. But yes, you'll be able to see that right there.
And that was on the sponsor page?
And that was on the sponsor page, yes.
So what is the sponsor page about?
Yes, so let's say that for some reason you aren't able to make cards in that timeline. It is a tight timeline, I will say that. There are a lot of people that have been doing lots of different, how should we say it? They've been doing a lot of different cards over the year in preparation for this before March. But let's say that you don't have the time to do that.
Or if you know a friend who just doesn't make cards but wants to support CFC.
Or you just want to support CFC as well. What you can do is you can also go to our website and click on the sponsors, right? So like we talked about before, we have our kindness cases, which is where we take 150 cards for kids that are in foster care, like your cards that you've done, put them into a box and send those out, right? However, the way that Cards for Cubs runs is, since we are a nonprofit, is that we run on donations from all of you. And those donations, what we've done is that you get to sponsor one case. That one case is 150 cards for 150 kids. And by sponsoring that one case, you ensure that that case can get and ship and all the other expenses that are involved in that to the agencies, right? And so the way that you can do that, it's a $20 sponsorship for each case. And currently we have, I think we have about 25 sponsors right now. I just need to reload the page again. Give me 1 second. And as of right now, we currently have 25. Okay, I was right. 25 cases that are sponsored. And for the year 2024, we're going to need about 400 cases to be sponsored in order for us to ship out all the cards that we're going to receive this year. So if you're unable to or just want to support Cards for Cubs, you go over to the website cardsforcubs.org and click on that sponsor thing there. You'll be able to see that donation page on there as well. And as just a little bit of added fun, we have some gifts that are associated with each one. Would you like to tell them the gifts?
Sure. So if you donate for one kindness case, that's $20. You could get a little set of stickers, and they're really cute. If you donate to sponsor 2 cases, which is $40, you could get a mug. And I think the phrase is do you remember the phrase on the mug? It says,
I haven't seen.
"Ask me how crafting can make a difference."
Yes, ask me how crafting can make a difference. And that's our most popular one too. It's typically people sponsor 2 cases.
And then next one, if you sponsor 3 cases, you can get a notebook with the same phrase. Next is a tote with the same phrase. And then last with the same phrase is a t-shirt.
Yes. Indeed.
So there's 5 gifts you can
5
do.
levels of sponsorship.
$20, $40, $60, $80, and $100.
Yes.
So 1 case, 2 case, 3 case, 4 case, 5 case.
And if you don't want the item there as well, you can just click on I want to sponsor 5 cases and then just remove the item on that too. But that's just our little way of incentivizing some extra sponsor cases there, because this is a little bit of a new concept that we're doing.
It's also a fun way if you get one of those to, if someone does ask me how crafting can make a difference, you can share the CFC message yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And say, I sponsored X amount of cases, because each case it's a small donation of $20 for 150 kids. At least that's what the intention is for, because each one, 150 cards.
And I know this is an online event, CMSS, so you guys are crafting and card making from all across. But if you just happen to be in the DFW area, on April 20th, we'll be doing a volunteer day. It's CFC's Day of Sorting. All the cards that arrive this month will be sorted up and packed for the agencies.
Yes, indeed.
So if you just happen to be in the area,
you can
definitely check that out on cardsforcubs.org, and you can see everything we've talked about so far is on the website.
Yes, indeed. And a quick summary kind of everything, because I know we're kind of wrapping up here, is that there's 4 different types of ways you can participate with Cards for Cubs. Obviously, everyone here is a card maker, otherwise you wouldn't be a part of CMSS, right? Talking with lovely Brandy, right? If you're card makers, which all of you are, go to our website, click on card makers. That'll get you to the registration page so that you can actually donate the cards. And then the next group there is let's say the foster care agencies, right? Let's say that you are in foster care, or not in foster care, a part of foster care, and you know of your agency that you work with, you really like them, that type of thing. Let them know. Let them know that we provide this completely free to the foster care agency. All they have to do is just sign up. We just take in some simple information. After that, we send them those cards.
Yes, free of shipping for them.
Free
and
of
that's
shipping.
Possible because of
sponsorships, right? Which is why we request sponsorships. We're looking for 400 sponsorships of $20 this year in order to fund all of those cards. We're able to fund all of last year's cards, so we're hoping we can also do that for this year as well. And I think we're well on our way to do that. If you go there, go to a sponsorship page. Again, that's that extra little tab there. And the last one is if you're a volunteer, you happen to be in the area, the last one we talked about. If you happen to be in the DFW area, we are doing a day of sorting, which is where we take all of your cards, which we're planning for around 50,000 cards or so. We're going to try to take all of your cards and sort them all at once in one giant organization event. And it should be a lot of fun.
Yes. And before we close out, of course, I want to go over again the cards guidelines. There are 5 guidelines. Again,
it's reminder.
Handmade cards.
Handmade.
Birthday or encouragement themed cards. Packing those in bundles of 10. Pair those cards with a correct size envelope. And then lastly, have a blank or short sentiment on the inside. So the cards we made today, these little s'mores looking cards, follow those guidelines here. We'll have envelopes for them, blank inside, short sentiments on the outside.
And you can make it as complicated using all the techniques you've learned from CMSS and from Brandy as you want, or keep them as simple as you want. We've had a lot of people that have done those Cricut Joy cards, or have done those, what are they called? The ones that you cut out of a paper.
The die cuts?
Not the die cut ones. I can't remember the name of them, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But yes, any types of those cards, as long as they're handmade, will be accepted.
People have asked how, like, they, I think it was like a folding pop-up card that someone asked about.
Yes.
You can get creative.
You can get creative.
Totally welcome that.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sure a very wonderful kid will very much enjoy a really funky card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone's saying, are they called insert cards? Is that what you're referring to?
Insert cards, yes. Insert cards are the ones for from Cricut. Yes, the Cricut Joy, the insert cards. Yes, that is correct. I was like, it's the one that they're cut. It's in some way. I don't remember.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you coming on, and you have inspired me, and I want to pledge $500 for a sponsorship.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Brandy.
That's
it's
very
gonna
nice, yes.
help so many
Yes,
kids.
that is going to help a lot.
So
I
I
can't do math right
challenge
now, but-
everybody on here. I challenge everybody on the live today to go in and at least donate $20 and support Cards for Cubs.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Brandy. That's a big surprise.
Yeah.
That's a really big surprise because that's going to help a lot. And I can't do the math. Hold on, mathing right now. 5, 25. That's 25. You're doubling. That's amazing. Oh wow. Okay, cool. That's fantastic. Yeah. So please take Brandy's inspiration there, and if you can, donate a little bit, or just come and volunteer and have make some cards and have some fun.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having us, Brandy. We really appreciate Cards for Cubs. Really appreciates it.
Yes, we do.
And we can't wait to see you guys again sometime. Don't forget Cards for Cubs. The website is cardsforcubs.org.
Yes, cardsforcubs.org.
Awesome. All right, you guys, we're going to close down for now because we've got another live stream coming up in 5 minutes. So you guys check out the schedule page. Harriet's going to put that up on the screen, and go head over to the next speaker live. Thanks, you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take
All right,
care.
you're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, that was amazing. I love Cards for Cubs. We have been a sponsor of them forever. Barely Art's been a sponsor of Card Maker Success Summit, so it's a really awesome cause. Definitely go and check out the website and donate your cards, donate your money, and donate your time if you're going to be in the area. All right, you guys. We'll see you later. I'll be live back here at 7:15. Yeah, 7:15. Take care. Bye-bye.